I'll be right with you. My substitute streamer left. What's up, guys? Yeah. Hello. Oh, this is cat angle. I'm up here. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Mentalhead, Kraken, Tedestrial. Hey, cat, what's up? Who else is excited? Hazel's gone feral. Dog has beautiful eyes. Can you see the colors from here? I feel like the webcam doesn't do his eye color justice. He's a druid. Good night from Romania. Wearing pants again. Listen, I wear pants every day in some form or another. It's just a question of whether or not they're like fancy pants, you know? So, let's see. I had an accelerated stream setup today because I had literally just finished recording the vlog. It took me a little bit. So I just finished that like 80 seconds ago, which means that the lights are all still on and they're all warmed up, so that's something. Welcome to Friday. I thought the cat was going to play. Yeah, cat and dog don't really play. They battle for territory. This is a little too loud. Little teeny tiny bit too loud. Man, I am so glad that I get to stream in the afternoons because it's just a really nice excuse to play all the WoW that otherwise would be hard to justify playing, but I would do it anyways. It's great. Is it cold today? It's like... No, it's not cold, but it's also not hot, and I am taking advantage of the last tiny bit of not smoking hot weather to wear my favorite Azeroth sweater. This is probably the last time I'm going to get to wear it until, like, the fall. So I'm enjoying it while I can. Today I would like to do the Midsummer Fire Festival grind. I hear there is a new cosmetic Hearthstone available, so I'm going to scope out the details. Get some burning blossoms, buy that, check it out, so I can maybe put together a really quick video after the stream. I am already going to put together the vlog after the stream, so I don't know when this is going to happen, but we'll figure it out. Caught the stream right when it started. Welcome, Kaylee. The Sacred Fancy Pants. I mean, let's be real. They're not that fancy. These are jeans. They're blue jeans. They are my favorite pair, though, and you know how you feel like just a little bit cooler when you're wearing your favorite pair of jeans. Fletcher King 15 times today, but no luck with the mount. Hang in there. Hang in there. You've just been watching your Don't Starve videos from 2003. Oh, man. I know you meant 2013, but they may as well be from 2003. Do you want 8-2 and fly? Of course. What kind of streamer? I feel like there's, maybe there's somebody, but I'm just imagining like somebody sitting here in Borellis and being like, I want no part of this new patch. I want to stay right where I am. I do not want my flying mounts to work here. That will be preposterous, and I shall be very upset, and I shall complain about it in the official forums where you're supposed to go do so. I feel like they have a throat cold. You got 350 blossoms, less than a day. Very nice. Very nice. Fun. Hopefully. I actually don't know how many it's going to take. So my first order of business is going to be stopping by the festival area and then just checking out the vendor. Destiny, welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Appreciate the support. Happy Midsummer. Midsummer snuck right up on me. I was just browsing the news sites this morning just to make sure I didn't miss anything that I should talk about in the vlog. And it's like Midsummer starts and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Usually I check the calendar a couple of months ahead and then I set a reminder on my phone for the day before because I like to put together like the what's new guides and I like to do those as early as I can. So if I had been ready for that, I don't know what I would have done because Fridays is still vlog day, but I could have been more prepared than this, which is no amount of prepared. We are 0% prepared for Midsummer, but it should be just the one thing. 300? Can't wait to fly, finally. I am so, like, I'm looking forward to doing the new stuff, but I'm also looking forward to doing some of the old stuff just with flying. Like, just going around picking herbs and world quests, like, especially any of the ones that offer gold. I like gold. I thought this was where it was. Am I wrong? I must be wrong, otherwise it would be here. There's like a pole and, oh no, it's over here. That's right. That's right. Can't wait to fly finally. Hi Hazel, love the videos. Are you still using the Razor Orb Weaver? Saw your video. Did it hold up? I am still using it. It is right here. Although now that you mention it, I can't remember. I think I had to replace it once. I think my original Orb Weaver Stealth wore out, and I'm now using an Orb Weaver Chroma. I don't remember how many years it lasted. And I also don't remember why I replaced it. It must have been a key issue. I think it was the joystick. The mechanical keys held up, but I think the joystick eventually, after many years of daily 8 to 10 hour a day use, finally wore out. Okay, here we are. Cooking dailies. Dailies. I don't want to do torch tossing. I just want to visit bonfires. I don't really want to do that. I just want to visit bonfires. Isn't there a vendor around here somewhere? Yes. Midsummer Supplier. Here we are. Okay. So, why did I thought I had the Helm of the Fire Festival. Now that I look at it, I think I'm okay with not having it. I don't think that's something that I need. Although, it does look like an excellent place to balance some fruit. Like, I could super imagine a bunch of grapes on there. And then as a gnome wandering around a party, it would be at perfect grape eating height. Chowsy, thank you very much for the super chat. Hey Hazel, hope you're having a great day. I'm currently carrying my guildmaster through normals to level her ult because I am bored. Oh, feel that. Feel that. That's like usually a weekend thing for us. Like somebody will log on Discord and be like, anybody want to help? And I mean, we're not that nice, so we don't usually do it. Thanks for the Orb Weaver wreck. The Chroma looks nice. I would have bought another stealth if they had still sold them. It's just the Chroma was the only one I could find. I don't hate it. I'm not mad. Looking forward to the Mechanocat. Have you picked out what color spray you're going to spray your Mechanocat? Because you can collect the different color sprays for it to make it look different. I have not decided. Okay, hat, helmet. I have the pets. I have the toys. 300 for new toy, as was pointed out accurately in chat. Okay, so I need blossoms. I need an add-on because this is so much easier. Handy notes, Summer Festival. I still have it installed from last year. Look at that. Let's enable that, reload, and that should just put them on the map. We can just fly around, chat, catch up, and get blossoms to buy that. Bonfire Crawl, I'd forgotten. There's a lot going on right now, but I am glad that the event is happening. I mean, it's still going to be happening in 8.2. 8.2 starts in 4 days. 3 or 4 days, depending on how you count them. But I'm glad it's starting before 8.2 comes out because we're gonna be busy. We gonna be busy. Okay, so with that done, looks like I do in fact have fires on my map. I can see the friendly ones, I can see the enemy ones. I believe the dungeon ones should look different. I'm not going to worry about those. Anything I have to go in a instance for is not happening. I don't see any reason why I can't just fly around and do it. Oh, you know what, actually? I'm going to do this in an alt. I'm going to grab one of my characters that needs experience because this does give you a little bit of XP every time you turn one in. Leanna, thank you for the super chat. Hey Hazel, love it. Your vids is 8.2 out in Midsummer. It is. Yeah, Midsummer's like a week and a bit long, I think, based on what we just saw. I've already forgotten, even though it was 9 seconds ago. I'm going to do this one. So yeah, there will still be Midsummer happening during 8.2. Also, a good point to note for Midsummer, if you are leveling any alts, you will get extra experience from the Midsummer pole buff. Wait, is that true or is it just rep? Am I lying to you guys right now? I should go get it before I start saying stuff. Hey chat, hey Hazel, hey Joker trying not to fall asleep. He can, I hope that he allows himself to fall asleep. He's always, I think, at his happiest when he is unconscious. Baby Hunter's 118, done 4 levels today. Can't wait for the patch. Very exciting. That's a cute dog. OMG. Isn't he special? He is tiny. Oh my god. So this morning, I was out in a park. You know, we go for a walk every day. And I had my dog and I was out in the park because I was playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite at like 7:20 in the morning, as one does. And I was kind of absorbed in my phone because I was like doing one of the fortress battles. And a woman walks by and says, what are those? She walks by and she says, what are those called? Or what is that called again? I think that was it. That was what she said. She said, what is that called again? And I still don't know whether I was stupid the first time or the second time, but what I said was, it's actually called Pokemon Go, because I assumed that she wanted to know what I was doing on my phone in the park. But then I explained that I was actually playing a newer version of it themed around Harry Potter stuff. And then it occurred to me that she was probably asking about my dog. So then I said, and the dog's an Alaskan Kleekai. And then she just kind of like laughed and left. And I'll never know, but I covered all my bases. So hopefully she found out what she wanted to know. He's so adorable. Add-on for Midsummer. I like to use Handy Notes combined with Handy Notes Summer Festival. So you get the module, you have to download that separately. In addition to Handy Notes, get them both running and you'll have the fires in your map. There is also an add-on that just does fires. I think maybe Candy Buckets. I don't remember, but Handy Notes handles it, so I'm not too worried. Or use the Orb Weaver when I game on the road. Hi, by the way. What's up, Alice? 10% XP. Yeah, I thought it was. Just XP, not rep. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was. I don't trust my memory anymore. I like to double check stuff before I say things. Just to reduce the amount of times that I'm accidentally lying. It's never going to be completely 0. It's impossible to talk most days and not accidentally get something wrong. But you can try. That was me at like 3 a.m. walking my dog. Killing monsters only. Okay. Well, this won't help me then. Sounds like he has the same type of anxiety issues I do. Feel perfect while asleep. Yeah. Feel that. I mean, if you get... There's some kinds of anxiety that follow you into your sleep. And you wake up and you're like, all right, I feel rested. I got some sleep. That was good. But also I was grinding my teeth all night and now my gums are messed up. That's a bad day. Would have done the same. Yeah. That game, Harry Potter Wizards Unite specifically, just in case I didn't already specify that. That game... So I talked a little bit about it yesterday afternoon on the Thursday Twitch stream. I started out being confused, and then I was like a little upset that my immersion wasn't very solid because of all of these like licensed characters that were somehow part of the game that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And now I've moved on to the state of I've gotten over that and I'm just kind of into it now. But it's a little bit too... not addicting, but engaging, I guess I could say. Like with Pokemon Go. You're out in the world, you're finding Pokemon, you're catching Pokemon, that's great. None of it is super hard. Like, if you're tapping a Pokestop, you're just, like, tapping it or swiping it. You don't have to do anything special. If you're catching a Pokemon, that's a gesture that you get down pretty easily, and it's not that hard to do. So, while it's important to visit the different places and, you know, see Pokemon and spin Pokestops and stuff, most of those things, maybe you pull out your phone, you have it out for, like, a second, and then you put it back away, or, like, you look down. You don't have to be, like, focused on your phone. With Wizards Unite... You are, the gestures, the things that you're doing to interact with the ins and the confoundables, as they were. They're more specific, they're glyphs that you trace on your phone, and the accuracy matters. And I found myself really focusing on that, and it was definitely more engaging than Pokemon catching gameplay. But it also required way more focus to the point that I had no idea a lady was walking by me about to ask, what is that? Like, I have no spatial awareness whatsoever when I'm worrying about it. And I don't think I think it may not be the best game for me to play when I'm out walking. Because I lose complete awareness of any and all things that might be happening around me. Candy buckets. Oh, okay. thrill when strangers try to make conversation. I bumble through them or just ignore them. I always try out different, like, I used to really hate how I would have a really, like, meek voice. Like, somebody would say they like my dog or would ask me for a question or whatever, and I would just sound terrified. And then I realized I don't like that. So while I am still terrified, I'm now trying to sound more confident, and sometimes it can go too far in the other way. So somebody will be like, "Oh wow, I like your dog," and I will be like, "Thank you. Greetings, fellow villager." Like, it's just a little too much. So I'm finding the balance. Also in the same park, a man walked by and said, "Wow, I really love that color of hair." I was like, "Well, thank you." A little too far on the squeaky side. It could have stood to be a little bit more like, "Thank you." Thanks. You know, just like project. What am I doing? I don't need that buff. I'm just here for the bonfires. I'm too absorbed in my own stories. Do you have to go outside for the Harry Potter thing? At some point, yes. You can interact a lot more, at least where I live, with the things that you find, like the potion ingredients. There's crafting in this one, which I love. I love crafting. You can do a lot without leaving home for me, but you will eventually run out of spell energy. So unless you live on top of an inn, you are going to need to go outside eventually. You can also find different ingredients, like different crafting ingredients and different of these confoundables, which are basically like Pokemon. You fill up a journal with them. You're trying to catch them all, basically. If you travel and leave and go to different places, also at different times and different weather conditions. Weather matters too. It sounds like the Turtle and Calligraphy World Quest. It is, except that you're just doing it with your finger. But it's, I'm into it so far, but I'm mostly into it when I can do it inside of my home. Can we talk about the new raid sets? I wouldn't call them that. I don't think that they're the coolest looking sets they've ever made, but I don't think they're ugly. Can we get the flying achievement on the first day? No, it's going to take you a couple of weeks. You're going to need to get some reputation. It's not going to take you more than just a couple of weeks. I think like 3-ish weeks is their estimate for somebody who's doing everything they can. But it's not going to be the very first day. Is it actually good? Heard negative things about it so far. I like it. So my initial first concern, and the one that I heard echoed most about it, is that spell energy is harder to get than Pokeballs and you use more of it. So you do use more of it. I find there's a lot more things to interact with, so you end up going through more of it. Also, if you're like in a battle, you're using a ton of it. But initially, so when you go by an inn, which is like a Pokestop, you swipe this little curve to get your food, which is like Pokeballs. And every time I did that at first, I was getting like 1 or 2 energy per inn, and that was ridiculous because you're going through way more than that. And they have a 5-minute cooldown. They're like a Pokestop. They function mostly like Pokestops. But as soon as I got a little, and this is just a pet theory, I haven't confirmed this yet, but I think that the amount of spell energy that you get from an inn, I should keep moving. I think the amount of spell energy that you get from an inn is accuracy based, because I've noticed when I am better at tracing the swoop, and speed matters too, so you can't just go super slowly, you need to do it quickly but also accurately. I found that when I do it better and I'm actually paying attention, I get way more spell energy, like 10, 20 per inn. And that's plenty. That'll stock you back up real quick. I find it so fun, but I agree, don't pay attention to my surroundings, which is kind of horrible. I would feel better if I was playing in a group, so that there was, like, a chance for somebody to know what's going on. Also, because I go outside with my dog, I have my dog on a leash, and he's usually very well behaved, but occasionally he wants to go sniff something, so he'll pull a little bit. And if your dog pulls your hand even a little bit while you're trying to trace an accurate and specific glyph on your phone screen, you're not going to do it very well. And that's not his fault. That's my fault for trying to play this weird game while I'm out taking my dog for a walk. Cold, sick, but at least Hazel is streaming. Good morning. Good morning, James. Hope you feel better soon. Sounding like you're going to fight with the guy. Thank you. Do you like Alliance more than Horde? Yes, I do. Not even going to lie to you. I do. Compliments are weird too. I got a few today. I never just say thank you. I always try to reflexively downplay it. I used to do that. It took like some specific practice for me to just get used to just saying thank you. And the thing that made me change to that in my head is not so much that I want to take more credit for things people are complimenting me on, especially because most of them I didn't do, like the whole your dog is cute thing. I didn't do it. But that's what people generally want to hear. Like, when you downplay a compliment, it can make the person who tried to give it to you feel uncomfortable or feel like you're not valuing what they're saying. So, in an effort to make them feel better about the thing that they've said, I find that thank you is the best, easiest, and simplest thing to go to. And also, it's like always accepted. I feel like it's very rare for, in a regular, normal compliment situation, it's very rare for thank you to be the wrong answer. I'm sure there are situations. I'm sure you could come up with some. But more or less, most of the time, that is the one that is going to make everybody happy the most. My strategy was you don't have to believe it. You just have to say it. Have you got a thing you'll be doing first in 8.2 planned out? I plan to do it all on stream, and I'm going to follow my heart and infuriate everybody watching. This is a time-honored tradition. So Tuesday morning is a regular stream time. I am going to start the stream... Actually, I might start the stream on time. Like, the servers might be down for a while. In past patches, I have waited until the servers came up to start the stream. But this one, I think I might just start on time anyways, and then just, like, talk in, like, an 8.2 waiting room, maybe play, like, a different game for a little bit. And then play on YouTube in the morning. Like, stream and play 8.2 on YouTube stream, this one, in the morning. Take a lunch break off stream, because I can't... I could maybe eat on stream if it's something that's not too gross to eat, and if I had it, like, ready to go. But, like, stopping to go cook during a stream, leaving the stream running, that would make me uncomfortable. And I can't just switch to the kitchen stream. It's a different computer. So, yeah. YouTube 8.2 stream in the morning, and then I take a lunch break, come back on the Twitch stream in the afternoon. So I cover all the bases. That's my plan. I also plan to do no video editing on Tuesday. I plan to make it just a stream day, and I will get to play 8.2 all day that way. It may be a mistake, but that's what I'm doing. I'll edit this weekend. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Flying achievement is BFA Pathfinder Part 2. Yes. Yes. Can patrons be your Pokemon friends? Is that uncomfortable due to gift items giving specific places away? Well, now that you mention it, that's a good reason to not do it. I like to be fairly reserved about where I live, obvious reasons. Also, I haven't really found a good reason to be friends. I guess with Pokemon there's like gifts, but now that Harry Potter's out, I'm not really, I don't really feel like I need anything in Pokemon. I'm playing Pokemon Go very casually anyways. I'm mostly just hatching eggs. But, and then the Wizards thing, people asked if I wanted to be friends in Wizards Unite, and I haven't found a good reason to do that yet. Like, if you're gonna play together in person, like you have a real life friend and you're gonna go do fortresses and stuff together, that makes sense. You get actual, like, experience bonuses for that. But just, like, somebody online, I don't get it. I don't know yet. Yesterday, I did a major derp. I got to Exalted and went to get their allied race, completely forgetting I hadn't completed the story. Ooh, yeah. At least that's, like, a fix that you can do without any real time gating. Like, the rep was the time gated part, so at least now you can kind of push through the rest of it. Although, it is amazing exactly how much story questing there is as soon as you're trying to do it all at once as fast as you can. Like, it doesn't seem to take that long when you're just chilling and just, like, getting through it at your own pace, but as soon as you're like, as soon as I finish this story, I'm gonna get my allied race, then it takes forever. Confirmed. Odd that you're not using your mage to get the fire. I want the experience. I'm getting 26k experience per fire, and this character is still level 113, so she actually needs it. I will be getting a level or two from doing it on a character that's still leveling, but can also fly. Rebel puppy. Isn't everyone's first thing gnome heritage armor? Yeah, that one might wait a little bit. Heritage armor might have to wait just a little bit. Doing a yoga stretch. Hello, Hazel. Glad I caught you live. What's up, Justin? Fancy man of Cordwood. That always kills me. How you doing? Showing off his legs. Favorite zone music. Warlord's Auchindoun Dungeon. I don't know if that counts because it's like not a zone, it's an instance, but I think it counts. It's like, you know, ambient music vibes. He laid down. Stupid question. Came back to WoW. I've been doing Legion, trying to get pets and mounts. Didn't get anything from Argus kills. I'm level 120. Is that just bad luck? Probably. Very specific Argus rares drop stuff. Not all of them. There's a list. So if you're killing the ones that can drop the stuff, you're probably just unlucky. It takes a while. I had to kill Skreeg 88 times before he gave me the his mount that I've already forgotten the name of. It was either a Acid or a Belcher or a Devourer or something. I don't know. But yeah, I had to kill Skreeg 88 times. It can take a while, but not every boss can drop stuff. I recommend having Rarity installed because then when you mouse over the boss, you'll know if it has a chance to drop something. Also, Simple Armory can help you out with where, like, which mobs drop the stuff. BC Time Walking was giving me 600k plus per dungeon this week. Yeah, I should do that too, actually. Like, that's kind of a plan for later in the stream if I can get all of my blossoms together. We're at 35 right now, so not going very fast. I need to be a little more efficient. I know I flew past the Blasted Land stuff. I'll go back and get those if I need to, but I don't want to because I don't want to have to find the lady and change the time zone. I know where she is. I'm just excessively lazy. Extremely lazy. What would you say is the best fire festival pet to buy and sell in the auction house? Whichever one has, I mean, cop-out answer, but whichever one has the highest value on your server. I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you what they are off the top of my head. Here, let's do a little research on what's good on my servers. So if I go pet journal and go fire festival, looks like there are 4 of them. I'm going to cage all 4 of them. Make sure I don't accidentally release any of them. That would be a bad day. So all 4 of them caged. Looks like the Cindercrawler 50k. That'll go down. Frigid Frostling 15, Flameling 20, Spirit of Summer 8. So like on average, based on region market value average, Cindercrawler followed by Flameling. Those are your 2 best bets right now. Fell in love with the High Mountain Zone music. Suramar City music is my favorite. The soundtrack of the whole game just like kills it. It's just so good. I go through phases of listening to game music and not game music, but my default setting lately, especially because I stream, is to just have game music and not outside music. It's just easy. It's just nice to have on. I don't always have game sound on. Combat sounds can kind of get to me sometimes, especially in like a raiding situation. Maybe it's just Shadow Priest, but like I like priests and I like hunters, and Shadow Priests are all like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's just like you put water in a blender. And then hunters, you've got like your pet growls, and they're very a lot. They're very a lot. Have you seen the Mechanome comic yet? It's pretty interesting. I saw that they released it, and then I went to open it on my phone, and then it was like, do you want to download a PDF? And then I'm like, not right now, because it occurred to me I should probably read it on a larger page than my phone screen. So I haven't actually gotten around to reading it yet, but I will read it before 8.2, because I feel like that's going to be like extra hype material. I remember back before Cataclysm released, I specifically bought the Shattering book just because I was looking for anything Cataclysm related that I could consume while waiting for Cata. And reading the Shattering really helped me get super pumped up. Okay, I guess if I accidentally flew backwards all the way down here, then I can flip the zone. That's fine. How did you make the fires show up on the map? With Handy Notes. You also need to have Handy Notes Summer Festival enabled. So check the character you're logged into to make sure that both Handy Notes and the Handy Notes Summer Festival have yellow check marks. With both of those things enabled, if it's still not showing up, go /Handy Notes and make sure that your alpha and scale are set to at least 1 and that you have Summer Festival enabled in your plugin settings. If you do all of those things and still can't see it, then I can't help you. That's the extent of my expertise. Joker has 2 different eye colors. Looks like it in the emote. He does. He has heterochromia, which is not a disease. It just means he has 2 different eye colors. Cat, are you really laying down behind me right now? Is that really what you want to do? Are we really going to share? Here, let me spin it. This is not how you're supposed to sit in this chair. Fine. Yeah, he's got 1 blue eye and 1 brown eye. Oh, back in the lap again. This works. Oh, no, wrong one. There we go. Moon super noisy. There is a Midsummer Hearthstone, and that is the only new toy of the event as far as I know. Kitty, I need to tuck in. It's too hard on my back. I need to be all the way in. We'll figure it out. Oh boy. All right. I love having her on my lap, but it makes it much harder to sit. I can't like lean back at all. Back in 2012, I found a Cata art book. I started farming Midnight's Reigns. Any advice? I don't know if bonus rolls have a chance on that one. I actually don't know. Do Fire Blossoms in my mage. She's under 120. That's the best call, because then you get teleports and you're getting the bonus experience. If you have a character you're still leveling that can fly around and get to the fires pretty easily, definitely do it in a leveling character. It's a good amount of experience. It's a solid amount of XP. There you go. I said I wasn't going to let her on the desk anymore because of exactly how much cat hair I had to tweeze out of my keyboard when I was cleaning it. But, you know, whatever she wants to do. I can't say no to her. She's too nice. Like, I know that she's cute, and I know that she can use being cute to get me to do stuff, and that's, like, fine. I'm onto that. I'm onto her wily ways. But she's also just so sweet. Like, you know how you have that friend that doesn't really ever ask you for anything and is just, like, real nice and, you know, like, brings baking? You know, like, whenever you get a chance to do something for that friend, you always want to do it because they're just so nice. That's like my cat, except she never brings me baking. You should make some cookies, cat. Well, maybe not. I don't know if your paws could handle. She's been practicing her chopstick use, though. I should make a video of that. It's pretty cute. This is going to take me all stream. Getting 300 blossoms is going to take me literally the whole stream. You do the same thing I do. Laying down behind my back is my dog's favorite place to sit. Does Kira ever watch the fish in your tanks? No, actually, which is surprising. She loves to sit on the windowsill and watch birds outside. There's a lot of birds around here. And she loves to sit in windowsills and watch those forever. But she actually doesn't really register the fish. Part of it is that they're not really on eye level, and there's nowhere for her to really sit that puts her on eye level with them. So she would have to, like, look at them from a distance. I guess she can get like 3 feet away from the front of the living room tank if she's on the coffee table, but I don't think that she's really registering anything going on there. She'll like hang out with me while I'm cleaning the tanks, but I think she just wants to like cuddle. I don't think she knows there's anything going on with the fish. What's up, Abdul? We are farming Midsummer Blossoms for the new Hearthstone toy. Squished Moofin, thank you very much for the super chat. Hi Hazel, I love your content. Do you think the changes they are making will help BFA? I like BFA, and I don't think it deserves the hate it gets. I appreciate the typo. I know it was probably just an accident, but I really love that it's not. BFA just doesn't appreciate its hat. I think that the changes they make are going to help it a ton. I think that the change in philosophy to Azerite is the biggest thing, because as far as I'm concerned, that's the biggest pain point. So the fact that we're going to be able to get these interesting, fun powers that are kind of like collecting Legion legendaries, but get them through specific things that you know what you need to do and go get them. And then play with like the fun, super cool, strong, powerful abilities. And then when you get new Azerite gear, you don't have to be like, oh no, I can only get the outer ring of this because I didn't grind my neck. Like that was kind of my life because I refused to grind my neck level. I let it happen to me, but I refused to like actually go out of my way to get Azerite. So the fact that I can live my life like that and not be punished for it, great. Wonderful. Perfect. Did I not do this one? Oh well. I'll go back for it. Seeing Kira play with a sock was adorable. That's actually, fun fact, it's a washcloth. It is an Amazon Basics microfiber washcloth. I'm not trying to sell them here. It's just like, she loves those things. Socks, she'll play with a sock. Like, she'll grab it if you're, like, trying to fold them. But specifically, she will find those, if I fold the cloths, but I, like, leave them on the bed, I haven't put them away in the cupboard yet. I use them for cleaning. It's like my dishcloth, and I use them for cleaning. It was clean. It wasn't, like, a cleaner-filled rag, don't worry. But, like, if she finds a clean one that's folded, she will take it and then just go nuts rolling around rubbing it on her face. It's very strange. I'd say she's a strange cat, but I think that makes her a normal cat. I don't think there are any super normal cats that behave in very official and expected ways at all times. Hello, Hazel. Hey, Stephanie. How are you? I do not want my dog on my lap. He is about 90 pounds. It seems like a lot of the biggest dogs just want to be lap dogs. My sister has a big chocolate lab. Like, not necessarily overweight anymore. She seems like she's healthy weight for her size. She's just so big. She's a small horse. I've never in my life seen a chocolate lab as big as this dog. And she is really cuddly, and she will absolutely get in your lap and just like sleep there until your legs are no longer part of your body. Hope the level squish doesn't lower the leveling time a lot. You hope leveling squish doesn't lower leveling time? You're happy with leveling time? That's an interesting perspective. I haven't heard that one yet. Hats are pure evil. I don't have a problem with hats. I've never found a way to wear hats that makes me feel like I'm glad I wore a hat. Usually if I'm wearing a hat, I feel like it's a mistake. With the one exception, I have a very cheap ball cap, basically. Not a flat bill, a curved bill, a dad hat. I have a dad hat. And I used to really like wearing that in the summer of like 2016 when I was playing Pokemon Go. Because it like kept the sun out of my eyes. And also I felt like it was something that a Pokemon trainer would wear. So I did enjoy wearing that hat. I would just like put my hair in a ponytail and then have the hat on. Then I wouldn't have to worry about my bangs. It was nice. Outside of that, I have never worn a hat for fashion, really. What does BFA's hat look like? Probably a squid. It's probably just like an actual squid glommed onto your head. My dog is 9 pounds. She can sit pretty much anywhere she wants. Outland, Northrend, Pandaria, faster for blossoms. That's probably true. Maybe we should try that. Maybe we should leave. Teresa, thank you for the very generous super chat. Giving you the movie ticket money that I'm not spending today. Oh, were you going to go see a movie? What did you decide not to see, and why did you decide not to see it? Every now and then I like to look up what's playing in theaters, and I don't know why, because I don't go. But I just like to look up what's coming out in the world. And usually, if it's good enough, it'll eventually make it to streaming services, or like renting. How many balloons do you have now? 80. I can put them on a bar here. Let's put them on. Let's get a big bar enabled. Bartender, bar enable, scale, unlock. There we go. So I will put my blossoms. I have to make sure I don't accidentally use them, but I'll put them right there. Big button in the middle of the screen. You can know exactly how many that I'm wearing. That I have. I'm not wearing them. Confused about how the leveling squish can even work because of talents? It would be a big deal. There would be a lot of questions they would have to answer. Like, they would just... My understanding is they would just redistribute. They would need to redistribute the different levels that you get talents at. So they would find a way so that you're getting them fairly evenly and you're unlocking spells most levels. And same thing for, like, gear and running old content. They would just kind of, like, shuffle around what levels you're able to get and do things. But I'm sure they would break an awful lot of things. I'd buy that hat. You look like a dad hat type of person. It's just like a comfy hat that's like not too pretentious. Like whenever I wear something that is, I feel like crossing the line into actually trying, then I feel very self-conscious because the rest of my outfit is usually not actually trying. So if I had like a nice bag or like a nice hat, somebody would look at my nice hat and then they would look down at my shoes that have a fairly large hole on the right shoe because those athletic shoes that have like the sock top are like really comfy, but also they wear out. But they're not, they still work, so I don't want to get rid of them until like I've actually worn through them. I have another pair ready to go. It's not like I can't afford shoes. I'm fine. I have another pair. I just don't want to start wearing them in until the other ones fall completely apart. But yeah, I don't want, like, I feel like that raises the pressure of the rest of your outfit and presentation to match the level of the cool thing. So I'm hesitant to wear things that are too fancy for me. And I end up looking, a little bit low scale, I guess you could say. I don't know. Level squish will be just cosmetic, number-wise? Yeah, I think it'll be pretty similar. Oh, Child's Play released today. That's the Chucky movie, right? I didn't watch the movie, and I've never seen the old movie, and I'm probably never going to see that one, but I did see an interview that Aubrey Plaza did. She's fun. Here we go. Hats, bowler hats, top hats, don't leave with that one. I associate wearing a hat with being at work. What kind of hat do you wear at work? Like, I'm trying to imagine jobs that wear hats. I'm coming up with park ranger, 1940s banker, fast food, you know, they get like the cool visors. Who else wears a hat at work? Most places you want, if you're like, especially if you're in like an office building, I feel like it would be strange to wear a hat. Maybe I'm wrong. They'll eventually make it to Netflix. The new thing, if there's like a movie that we really want to see that's been out for a little bit, we just pay to digitally rent it, like on... There's a bunch of services that can do it, like YouTube can do it, iTunes can do it, but like you pay like $6 or whatever, which is like the price of a Redbox, and then you have it for like a day. And I used to be very against that because I didn't like the feeling of only temporarily having it. But after having spent enough $20, like, after having bought enough digital movies for $20 and finding that I only watched them the one time, I've really warmed up to spending like $5 and then just watching it and then being like, okay, I saw that movie. Especially for something that I'm probably just going to see because it's new. Like, I'm probably going to watch the Aquaman movie at some point, but I doubt that I'm going to watch it every year. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Tuesdays, it's usually discounted. If you're interested in Godzilla, go see that in theaters. I don't know if I am interested in Godzilla. I'm not really... Oh, I flew too far. Not really connected with the spirit of the franchise. I was going to see the new Men in Black, but it's just not going to work out today. That happens. Are you guys going to the movies? Like, do you guys prefer going to the movies with a group of friends? Or, like, one friend on, like, a friend date or, like, an actual date? Or, like, by yourself? I'm curious as to how you guys prefer to do it. Because I've done all three of those things. And while it was very uncomfortable at the time, I'm really warming up to the idea of going to go see a movie by yourself. I feel like there's a lot less pressure on it than there is going to eat in a restaurant by yourself. I've also eaten in a restaurant by myself. I did it one time just to prove that I could. And it was a very uncomfortable experience. It was fine. I did it. And I also did not want to be on my phone the entire time. I didn't want to be just like at the restaurant alone, like scrolling through my phone. So, and this was quite a few years ago, I just went and sat and ordered my food and waited for my food and then ate my food and then paid and left. And in the meantime, I just kind of looked around, but not at people because I didn't want to make them uncomfortable. But I think they were uncomfortable because they were just like, what on earth is this girl doing here by herself? Maybe not. Maybe I was reading too much into it, but the staff definitely gave me a weird look. My 6-pound cat knocks my arm out on the regular. That would be fun. Transmog dressing the blossoms you've collected. I could do with more like hair flowers. I feel like we have them for one of the events, like the Love is in the Air gives you the lovely rose. I like the hair flowers. How level progression will change? Feels like an awful lot of programming. Yeah, it does. Like, I get why they would do it. I get why it feels like it needs to be done. I just applaud their initiative in doing it now, because if it was me, I would definitely put that off. I would procrastinate on the leveling squish until it was way out of hand. just like the rest of my life. Let's do the Iron Forge fire. We are up to 120. Getting there. Almost halfway. When do you think Recruiter Friend will be back? No idea. Movies come out right away now. Used to have to wait months. Do they? There's usually a delay period, isn't there? Like, not as long as it used to be, but at least a couple weeks, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. The holiday event has a new Hearthstone cosmetic toy available for 300 burning blossoms. That's the one new thing. Got killed in Orgrimmar stealing the flame. Oh no. If you're Alliance, hot tip, don't bother with the Razor Hill flame. That is and has always been a big waste of time. You're way too close to the guards. They will get you. And it's just not worth it. Like, it's possible, but it's so annoying. Alright. I do not need to win the torch tossing game. It's not weird for anyone. Everyone has the same fears as you in a restaurant. I guess so. I don't think I would do the restaurant thing again. Like, especially now that there is the whole world of food delivery, so that if you want to enjoy a restaurant meal by yourself, you can do so in the comfort of your own home, accompanied by whatever, like, pajamas and Netflix that you want. Going to a movie by yourself, though, like, nobody is even worried about it. Like, nobody would know. Nobody is going to notice. They're watching the movie. It's dark in there. Like, there's nobody that knows you're there by yourself, and even if they did, it feels like a less weird thing to do than the restaurant. I don't know. But then you can see whichever movie you want. You can form your own opinion without having to listen to your friends' opinions if they constantly have opinions that you find are misinformed. Although that sounds like more of a personal issue. You can, get whatever snacks you want. Don't have to wait for anybody at the bathroom. Nobody wondered while you were there alone. It was in your head. I doubt it. Based on that experience, I doubt it. I don't think that... Actually, I don't remember if there was a lot of other people eating. Like, it was a small sushi place. And I don't think it was busy. There might have been, like, one other couple there. But the staff was definitely confused. Like, she asked if I was waiting for somebody. and then I said no, and then that really threw her. Like, it took her a minute. I'm not imagining that. She wasn't otherwise weird about it. Like, she wasn't disparaging or anything, but she just was definitely confused. An heirloom that granted a level every time you ding normally. I think that if they really... Yeah, I guess so. Heirlooms might start to feel weird if they condense the leveling experience too much on its own. Like, if you're leveling twice as fast just by default because there's fewer levels to go through, assuming they don't make them all take super long, and then you can go even faster than that with heirlooms, it might end up being, I don't want to say too fast, but it might end up being too fast. Only ate it by myself a few times, always felt weird. I'm glad I've done it, because now I know that I've done it, and I know I can do it. Not that I ever really need to. If there's ever something like that I'm, like, kind of uncomfortable about, I like to force myself to do it at least once, just to, like, tick the box in my brain that says you're capable of this. Take a book to dine out, but then I enjoyed the mood so much I didn't bother reading. If I was doing it again, I would take a book, or I would take, like, some work. Just so that I don't feel so... Like, I'd want to feel like I'm there to do something. At least while waiting for my food. While eating, I want to enjoy the food. I want to focus on the meal. Although, I've noticed that when I'm focusing on food, if I'm just eating and I'm not multitasking in any way, I eat very quickly. I don't feel like I'm devouring my food, but I must be, because I'm usually finished first. Eating out, you can have some nifty drinks there. Depends on the restaurant. Yeah, if it was a bigger restaurant, I feel like it would have been less odd. Or if there was like a bar or a like a bench set up in front of a window or something, but it was just tables. I finally got around to watching Queer Eye, and I just want to recommend it to everyone. It is so wholesome. I haven't seen that yet, but it's kind of crept its way onto my list, just because I've seen the cast in so many other things on YouTube. They've really done a good job at making the rounds of other YouTube shows, and they're just such charming people that I think I want to watch the actual show. My UI consists of a couple of different add-ons, the breakdown of which can be found in all my add-ons video, but the gist of it is shadowed unit frames, KUI nameplates, Gnosis cast bars, and bartender bars. That's the basics. Beautiful pupper, thank you. The handy note add-on for the fire, yes, that is the handy note add-on for the fires in my map, that's true. What is your opinion on Mean Girls? You mean the movie, right? The movie is a masterpiece, and I love it just as much as I loved it when it came out. Not that many movies from that era really stood the test of time. If you just mean like women that are mean, then I think you kind of have to default to your opinion of people that are mean, because it's really kind of the same experience. And I don't know. Only place I've eaten alone at is like McDonald's. Yeah, fast food is different. Like, I'm not talking about a place like a Subway. I've eaten alone at Subway more times than I can count. Subway used to be like my go-to if I'm on my own and I need lunch. Where I'm gonna go. Like, I've done that a lot. That's not like I'm talking like a sit-down restaurant. I guess you sit down at Subway. I did sit. Ever gone to a movie by yourself? People get really confused. I think I've done it once. I'm trying to remember the exact movie though, and I'm kind of coming up blank, so maybe I just invented this memory. But I feel like it's less confusing for people to go to a movie by yourself, because there's no real, like, public area. Like, I guess before the movie starts, when the lights are still up and people are sitting and talking in their seats, but they're focused on their own stuff. And I guess you could say the same about, like, a restaurant, but with a restaurant, you have staff coming to talk to you directly, and that only happens in nice theaters. Love your videos. Keep it up. Thank you, 5012124132710 and me0404. Appreciate the feedback. This is not the right fire. We need to go farther. Hazel's using a mount to get around? Hazel's actually using a mount to get around. Am I missing something? Super wholesome. There's a couple that makes me cry. I play on Lightbringer. My date canceled last minute. I dined by myself, enjoyed it thoroughly. Also checked the obits next day. He wasn't lying. Oh, that's a dark date. I mean, that's a very understandable reason to get stood up. You're so wholesome. I try to be at least on stream. I will not pretend to be this sunshine and butterflies all clock round. I'd like to just put that reminder out in the world every now and then, just because there's gonna be a day one day when like somebody like leaks a private chat conversation or something. I don't know who. I trust my friends. I don't have that many of them. But like, I feel like if me and Guildvent ever got out, people would be like, wow, Hazel's mean. But, you know, there's balance in the world. I try to never be mean to people that are like not, you know, it's not like being mean. It's just like giving your guildies a hard time for fun. They do it right back. Oh, you normally use a flight path. Oh, yeah. True. Yeah. There's just, maybe I should use flight pass. You're right. People at the restaurant may have thought you got stood up for a date. Entirely possible. Yeah, entirely possible. Have I ever been stood up for a date? I don't think I've ever like met a date at a restaurant. Oh no, that's not true. I did that once at a Tim Hortons. But he showed up. I was very uncomfortable. God. When you're like first online dating and you're like meeting dates for the first time, it's the most hideous experience like known to man. Especially like, I don't know how it is as a man. It's probably just as bad, but like as a woman, you are simultaneously very self-conscious, very uncomfortable, and kind of unsafe, like all at the same time. So you're like, you're trying to be smart, you're trying to be cautious, you are trying to be cute, you are trying to be appealing, and you're also trying to evaluate this potential like partner. And it's just a lot for one day. I always hated first dates when I was dating. Awful. Absolutely awful. As Preach would say, bants. Like pants? I should talk to Preach one day. I feel like it might widen my horizons in life. Oh, this is Arathi Highlands. This is the wrong place. I should not be here. Those are not bonfire markers. A hoon can destroy you if you get too close now. I wouldn't expect anybody to be perfect. The atmosphere is refreshing. I like to keep the streams light. I like it to be like a nice space for me and for anybody else that wants to come through, that people can count on to not be too like combative, if that makes any sense. I'm okay with talking about things that are darker every now and then, although not that much, but like I don't ever want people to come in the stream because they've had a long day and they just want to chill and have me like fighting with somebody. Also, I don't like to fight with people. I am very conflict averse to the point that it's a real problem. I will freeze somebody out and just never speak to them again before I disagree with them. I'll just let them have their opinion, assume that they're going to have it forever, and if it's like at a baseline incompatible with mine, I won't even explain it. I'll just leave. It's very bad. It's not a good personality trait. I do not know how to have healthy conflict with people. I've never learned that. I just try to stay out of people's way. I don't believe these Hazel mean logs exist. Oh, it's when you give other people a hard time. Okay. I've stood people up, but I've never been stood up. You've stood people up? Why? That's like, if your grandmother died and you like tell them, like canceling is not the same as standing somebody up. In my head, standing somebody up means you tell them you're going to go on a date and then you just don't go and you don't tell them. Like that's just mean. That's just cruel and unfair. Like even if you have something else going on, unless you got hit by a car and you can't text them to tell them you're not coming, tell them you're not going. Like, I don't know. Glad to be done with first dates. The awkward forced small chat questions are so painful. Yeah, it's like a job interview, except that it's like, you don't want it to feel too much like an interview, but it is an interview. And then people have like their lines that are like trying to make you like feel more comfortable, but they just do the exact opposite. I'm trying to think of one. Oh God. The worst is when people like go on a first date and they're like, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? I'd be an animal that can run far, far away. Nope. Like, I get that it's just supposed to be a question to, like, sort of, like, figure out your personality. It's an open-ended thing so people can answer it however they want. But something about it just makes my intestines crawl up inside of each other and, like, slot right into my kidney. I can't. Nope. I feel as a guy in those kind of things. Banter. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Do they have Tim Hortons in the States as well or just Canada? I hear they have it in Minnesota. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that. They certainly do not have it here in Oregon. And that's probably for the best because it means I eat at home a lot. Did a hoon today. It burnt like 6 tanks until we got one who knew the tactics. Ooh, yikes. Maybe I won't do it then. Sounds hard. The events before the first date, the most awful? What do you mean? Like how you got the first date? Conflict averse. It's one of the main traits of being a Virgo. I don't know if you're serious. Somebody posted a thing in our Discord that was like your WoW roll based on your sign or whatever, and Virgos were raid leaders. And I'm looking at that like, maybe I am a raid leader. I just haven't discovered it yet. But wow, I am not a raid leader today. Love the chill stream. This mount is the Priestess's Moon Saber. This is for 7th Legion service medals that you get from doing like the invasions and like Arathian Darkshore world quests and stuff like that. Warfronts. Conflict averse, very common, yeah. I know exactly how it happened. Growing up, my mom also very conflict averse, but the thing is she's working on it now and I'm not, so she's ahead of me. But yeah. I feel like of all the things to be chronically wrong with you, it keeps me out of fights. I have never been attacked or assaulted or punched or anything like that, and I appreciate that because that can be more dangerous than people seem to think it is. I am glad that I live a life where people are not trying to hit me. Not everybody gets to do that. Why not use autopilot instead of clicking each one? Because I still want to play the game at least a little bit. I don't know. I've never tried autopilot. I'm sure it's great. But my entire experience with Azeroth Autopilot is listening to my husband try to use it from the other room during like a patch launcher, an expansion launch or something, and just hearing him yell whenever he was frustrated with it. And that makes it sound not like something I need. Conflict averse myself, completely understand. Chill stream helps me while I'm working. My job can be stressful. Who's fighting who? Just got here. We're not fighting. Nobody's fighting anybody. Nobody's fighting anybody. I don't even know who I would pick a fight with. Yeah, priestesses, war saber, moon saber, priestesses, yeah, moon saber. It's a nice one. It's the one mount where there's one for the Alliance and there's one for the Horde, and the Alliance one is kind of nicer. Who needs dating when you have Hazel's pupper live on cam? He's a very handsome boy. He's been on camera for like the whole stream so far. Pretty impressed. All right, well, we're over the halfway point. After I clear up this little area and try not to die in Undercity, I'm gonna go to Pandaria? Yeah, I'm gonna do Pandaria. See if that's faster. I have to do something to get the fires to show. I have it and Midsummer installed. I don't have any suggestions that I didn't give last time. I would just make sure that you go right through the settings and make sure that the plugin is enabled. So handy notes enabled, plugins, Midsummer Festival checked, and then overall settings, make sure that your alpha and your size is at least one, so that you can find them. Same thing here. Go into the Midsummer Festival, and then make sure icon and alpha are like there, right? Like if any of those are turned all the way down, you're not going to see them. Down we go. I don't do conflict. Also, Hazel, you're mean. Yeah. Got a point. You're not wrong. How many charms do you need? 300. 300 burning blossoms for the Hearthstone. There we go. I'm a flame warden of the Eastern Kingdoms. Go me. My boyfriend and I skipped the awkward first date stuff because I was really bold. Thought he was pretty. I feel like you can skip first dates, or at least the first date awkwardness, if you're dating somebody that you were friends with first. And those can be good relationships, but they can also have really devastating consequences when they end because they're like already enmeshed into your friend network. They never worked out for me. Every first date I have ever been on has been a disaster of varying calamity levels. Yeah, it's a rough world out there. I am quite glad that I'm married. Especially because I got set up like before we were together before Tinder, and I'm quite grateful for that because that does not look like a place I would want to be. It's a lot going on with that. Bad first date question: where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yeah, like that's a question for I like that one if you've been dating for like a couple of years already and you're just trying to get, you know, especially if they don't like to talk about themselves much, that's fine. But like first dates, no. That's it. If you could see your first date question being asked in a job interview, you may need a different question. Although I can't be judgy about first date questions. I don't have examples of good ones. I'd say, not that anybody asked. Nobody asked. I'd say like something, you want to ask something to try and find out what they're passionate about, like what gets them excited. You know, that could be their hobbies or it could be their job or just like their cat or whatever. But like if you can find a way without being too artificial about it to get them to talk about things that are exciting to them, you can kind of get a feel for the best parts of them anyways. The worst parts are tough to suss out during a date. Still doing the trying not to sleep thing. You have the Moon Saber. I love it. It's one of my favorite BFA mounts. Autopilot was frustrating until I turned auto accept and complete off. The BFA emissaries, I do not. I could use a donut. I don't think they're on a rotation. I believe they're random, but obviously you're not going to get back-to-back or back-to-back with one gap. It's not going to repeat itself, so you'll only have one of each in the 3-day window. But outside of that, I think it's random. I don't know, though. It could be a rotation. Horde one isn't that bad. I don't think the Horde one is bad. I just don't think it's as unique. Like, Horde have... What is it that the Horde have again? It's, what is it? I've forgotten. Yeah. His, Joker's dad's home, so he's gonna be up and about for a little bit, but maybe the cat will lay down. Should I try for the Undercity one? I feel like I can usually get the Undercity one without getting, violently killed. Another bad first date question. Do you want kids? I can see how that's like it's like an awkward thing to ask on a first date, but it's also something you want to find out about pretty early. Like, the implication of asking it on a first date is that is what you were, like, if you're asking them if they want kids and you want kids, like, the implication is that you're already planning way too far ahead. But you do need to find that out at some point, because if you don't match up, you're gonna have a problem. That's something that you really need to agree on. And if somebody is like, if you're just waiting for your partner to change their mind on whether or not you're gonna have kids, it's upsetting. Adorable when he crosses his paws. What is the Midsummer Fire Festival? It is an in-game seasonal event, happens every year, runs for a little bit longer than a week, and you can visit bonfires, you can get an experience buff, you can kill a seasonal boss, and earn things like pets and toys, collectible stuff. There's some transmog, there's a bunch of toys. I do not think there's a mount. I don't think there's a mount available. Over halfway there. Met hubby at a work party and spent all night talking about Star Trek. Tinder sounds kind of dangerous. I don't think it would be necessarily any more dangerous than like a regular online dating website. It's just so very, very rapid fire. It feels like it's really boiled down all nuance to finding a partner. Like, dating sites are already kind of artificial, but at least you build out like a pretty complex profile. It takes a while to set up. There's a lot of personality information there. Whereas on Tinder, and I've never used it, so I could be off base here, but it seems like Tinder, you're boiled down to how hot you are and which one-liner you put in your bio that you stole off Reddit. Like, that seems like what it boils down to, and that's just a little bit sad. Okay, we're going to try Pandaria. I am going to hearth to my garrison, actually, so that I can port to Starwind, because my regular Hearthstone's going to take me to Boulder Craig's Refuge up by Storm Peaks. Good night. Good night. I asked a first date what his hobby was, and he said working on my lawn. It didn't work out. At least he was honest. You know, there's probably a lawn-loving lady out there for him. And their goal is just to have the most beautiful, pristine, polished, manicured American lawn that the world ever knew. Oh, man. Look out for Horde players. Joker's all excited. Nice dog beds, no dog. Yeah, I'll get up in a second. Once I'm in Pandaria and like flying somewhere close, I need to get up and stretch anyways. But I'll also see if I can persuade one of the animals to get into the pet bed. I am looking around for the portal that'll take me to Ashran, and it's occurred to me that I have not upgraded this garrison. I do have enough garrison resources now, but I don't have the gold on me. I'll just fly. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's just do... Oh, no, it's not fine. Not fine. Do not have that flight point. Okay. Dalaran, of course. Dalaran. I forgot about the Dalaran Hearthstone. Yeah, whether or not you want kids is a massive deal breaker. It's one of the few things that I think is just impossible to compromise on. I guess if you're, like, on the fence about it, then and you're really on the fence about it, and you're not just telling yourself you're on the fence about it, then that's fine, but I don't know. Kids was a huge issue for two friends that were dating. Only one of them couldn't have kids. Yeah. That's hard. It's a major part of someone's future. It's going to be a deal breaker. How early do you find that out, though? Like, when is the right time to drop that question? I feel like it should be within, like, the first 5 dates, but maybe not on the first one. But I'm just guessing. The Ice Scythe transmog, true. I think there's also a enchanting illusion. I think there's an enchanting illusion. Best first date question is dogs or cats, and then when you say both, you know that it has legs. 4 legs, to be exact. I guess 8 if you're looking at a dog and a cat. Oh, boy. Oh, no, I did... I was gonna be better this stream. I was gonna be smart. I was gonna be precise. I was gonna know exactly where I was going. I got a decent night's sleep last night. It was great. It did not help me with this, clearly. We're going to Pandaria. We need another 85 blossoms. That's Tinder. You're spot on. It's the new hot or not. If you're concerned about meeting someone, have a friend be their incognito. Yeah. All the basic safety rules continue to be very valid and important. Like, do it in a public place during the day. Well, don't do it, but, you know, like, meet them in a public place during the day. Tell somebody where you're going. Have your phone. Do not get into their car. Do not have them pick you up. Do not enter their house. Do not have them enter your house. Just, like, meet them somewhere in public to get to know them. Also, have an escape plan. Like, make sure that you have, like, either have brought your own car, like, you know how to get home, you know how to get out of there. You never want to be in a situation where you are reliant on your date to get somewhere if you don't know your date. There's a dating site for farmers. There's someone for everyone. I met my wife in Happen. Never heard of that one. She used to live in the building next to mine. Yep, I love my lawn. Compromise could be just getting some pets. Okay, I am going to be right back. After these, I'd say messages, but I don't remember where my add button is, so I'm not going to hit it. So, there is one singular cube of ice in this water. And I wanted for there to be 2. I intended to get 2. I tried to get 2. And I couldn't do it. It was so stuck in the tray, all of them, that I just couldn't get another ice cube. I failed. Like, it beat me. It's a silicone ice cube tray. It's not even one of the plastic ones. It was just like 2 adjacent ice cubes were like frozen to each other in a way that I like couldn't break them apart. Like these are like big, thick, cubic ones. They're like a cubic inch of ice. And it beat me. I feel like that reflects poorly on my integrity as a human being. Ah, yeah. 15 blossoms. Let's go. There's fewer fires up here, but they are more valuable. And that's nice. Met mine on match. Always wear a machete. Oh, no. I am tracking fires on the map using the Handy Notes add-on with Handy Notes Summer Festivals plugin. You look like Kate Blanchett. I don't know if that's true. If I date straight, it won't matter for me because I can't have kids. Yeah. Well, it's hard. And I'm sure when you... Oh, thank you. Ice cube delivery. I'm sure when you tell people that, they probably go, well, why don't you just adopt a kid? Because that's like the first thing that comes to people's minds. And adoption, while a wonderful thing, is not easy and it's not free. And comes with its own issues. Sleepy Pooch, she'll BRB. Joker, go lay down, bud. Go lay down. The dog is an Alaskan Kleekai. He's like a miniature husky. Excited for 8-2? Of course. Absolutely. I don't really have a priority, though. I feel like I should have a priority. You know, things that I want to accomplish first once the patch goes live. And, like, I know I'm going to unlock the new zones and, like, open those up. And then what? I guess I'll look into doing everything I can for rep. Hang on, that's wrong. I don't need to do that quest. I'm going to look into everything that I can do for rep. Because of, you know, I want to unlock flying as fast as I can. I don't know. Like, of all the stuff happening, like, I guess we can run through the pet dungeon. I'm just like, I'm not in a hurry about any of it. Bad ice. The add-on works really well. You do look... Okay, well, now I have to Google. What does Kate Blanchett look like? Kate Blanchett. I recognize the name. I don't know. She's both a lot older than me and a lot blonder than me and, like, quite pretty. I guess I can kind of see it. I'm like Kate Blanchett if her nose kept growing. And if she dyed her hair purple and, like, played way too much World of Warcraft. Oh, man. Oh, I accidentally minimized my chat while I was doing that. There's this idea of assisted fertilization. Assisted fertilization? You mean like in vitro? I guess there's lots of fertility options. They're just, from what I understand, I've never tried. From what I understand, they're all expensive. Also, I feel like different options for having babies that involve things like sperm donation and adoption and you know, things where the genetic makeup of your baby is not going to match yours are a little bit more complicated today in this day and age of things like 23andMe. Like, there is no longer really an absolute such thing as a properly closed adoption or a sperm donation, because your kid can turn like 16 and then just order a DNA pack off the internet and then find out who their mom or dad is. It's just a different world. And it's interesting. It will be interesting to see how that impacts families that have used techniques like that. Hazel, I just adopted my first dog. Congratulations! What kind of dog do you have? How's it going so far? Do you get like a rescue dog? Did you get a puppy? I can kind of see it if you were blonde. You have similar features. She was great in Thor Ragnarok. Look. Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, she was great in that. Hi, Hazel. Hope you're well. I'm learning to tank in Final Fantasy, and it's exhilarating. That's exciting. Lots of people told me I look like Anna Kendrick. I don't see it. My twin sister gets told the same thing. We aren't identical either. My sister, in my opinion, looks like Anna Kendrick, but maybe Anna Kendrick just has one of those vibes that just, like, matches well to, like, a lot of cool girls. Midna, thank you for the super chat. Love your raid guides. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try and get a set of new ones out fairly shortly here. In as quick order as I can. Things keep coming up. Things keep coming up. Also, I need to have better discipline with regards to Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Instead of kids, we adopted guinea pigs. I'm imagining Hazel doing that bit in Lord of the Rings Fellowship. I don't know what you mean. I miss the old veil. I wish they would let us change it back. It would be nice if there was like a NPC that let you do that. I'm just gonna see if I can. Are we zoomed in? We are. There he is. There's my special boy. I'm gonna have to move that again in like 18 minutes when he decides to get up. I flew too far. Ah, she was Galadriel. Oh, okay. I got told I looked like Gillian Anderson, but I never saw it. Oh. Where'd it go? I thought there was one here. Oh yeah, it's under me. Right underneath me. Right? Maybe not. Maybe this one's off. Was it in a cave? There's caves around here. I'm confused. It must be around the corner. Right? I thought there was a cave. Maybe it's up top. Maybe I'm in the cave. And I need to leave the cave. Alright, well maybe it's just wrong. Maybe it's confused. Finally caught a live stream. Husband is obsessed with the Harry Potter game. I am rapidly heading that way. I will probably burn out on it at some point, or maybe come to my senses and realize that it's ruining my life. But I've got a ways to go before that. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to move on. It's that double cat bed, so the cat actually has one. Yeah. There's two identical beds side by side there, and they do occasionally both sleep in one each at the same time. That's the area you play through. Turns into a camp area. So it's phased. Gotcha. People told me I looked like Katy Perry. Don't see it. Can't get to that fire unless you phase that area. Bummer. Oh, well, that's fine. We just need like one more, right? Like if this gives me 15, then that will be not enough because 15 is not the same as 25. I did go to school. Yeah. I feel like if I had been in the correct phase but just off a little bit, I still would have been able to see the fire somewhere. They're pretty bright. Ocean's 8. I've only seen one of the Ocean's movies, and I don't remember which one it was. It may have been 8. I don't remember which one I saw. This morning, he drove to work instead of taking the bus so he could swing by the park because it had an inn. You gotta get the spell energy. I need to find a walking route that has greenhouses on it because I am missing a couple of ingredients for potions that I think are from greenhouses. Need to go, kiddos. Night, Hazel. See you later, Timmy. Where is your tea? I am drinking water today. I'm trying to, like, find a way to still have tea on stream while no longer drinking caffeinated tea on streams because we have more or less identified that as the reason why I would lose my voice after 2 hours of streaming. Caffeine dries out your vocal cords. So, like, constantly sipping a caffeinated beverage while constantly talking for hours at a time is just a really great way to mess up your voice. And I've been doing that for a long time, so I'm trying to stick to water and drink lots of water. It's been helping tremendously. And there are decaf teas that I have and can enjoy on stream. I may just enjoy them less often, especially if it's going to be warm. It's not too hot today, but I am wearing a big sweater. And that's making me a little warm. Add on to find all the bonfires. This is called Handy Notes Summer Festival. So you need 2 parts. You need Handy Notes, and then you need Handy Notes Summer Festival. And that will put the bonfires on your map. It's delightful. I used to have like a Wowhead map on my second monitor, and I would be constantly like looking back and forth between them. And it was a big, giant waste of time. It was so much more work than it needed to be. Which Harry Potter game? So they've just come out with Harry Potter Wizards Unite. It may not be fully globally released yet, but at least in the United States you can download it and play it. It is free to play. It is from the same developers as Pokemon Go. It's by Niantic, or at least they have a part in it. And it's a lot like Pokemon Go, but with some differences. It's not exactly the same game. My UI is shadowed unit frames, Gnosis cast bars, bartender bars, and bartender action bars, and KUI nameplates. You can find all of my add-ons detailed in my All My Add-ons video on youtube.com. As someone who drinks a ton of water, puts a lot of effort into vocal health, hearing you talk about how caffeine dries out your throat is awesome. Okay, so do you have any other advice for me? Because I only know about that one because I was Googling why is my voice destroyed? And I found like an article about it. I could very much use other advice because I use my voice a lot and I find it frequently hurts and sounds hideous. And I've been trying to pick up better practices because if I'm using my voice for work, I should probably take it seriously. And I don't think I'm doing it right. I've got breathing exercises. I do warm-ups before I record, but those are just facial muscle warm-ups and a little bit of diaphragm breathing that I learned in music school, and that's all I got. Thank you very much for becoming a member. I don't see who was it. Where did it go? Hang on. I have this somewhere. I can find out. All right, well, maybe it was just a misplaced alert. I don't see it in the list. If you became a member and I missed it, I'm very sorry. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Handy Notes is such a blessing. It's wonderful. I love that there's plugins for each thing. I do kind of wish they were incorporated into the main add-on. I'm never too fussed about how large the data size for my add-ons is. Maybe there's a technical limitation in the distribution end of things, but I wouldn't mind it being a big fat add-on that I can just enable and disable all the components of. It's a little annoying to have to go and get each separate plugin, but I understand why they choose to do that. How are you with fruits? Add some freshly chopped stuff to the bottle. It might be more interesting than plain water. I love plain water. If I'm going to be sipping something all day, I need it to be neutral for my teeth. I need it to be not acidic, so no lemon juice, and I need it to have no sugar. Because otherwise my teeth will fall out of my face. They're very sensitive, and I have large and stressful dental issues. I gotta be really careful with what I eat. Okay. So that brings us up to 305. We are done. I will pick up the flight point while I'm out here. And I've got 3 minutes left until I can hurt the dollar run. So I guess I'm just gonna... what am I gonna do? I would go pick up this stuff so that I can get set up in Throne of Thunder, but I'm done with Throne of Thunder. Which book of the Wheel of Time are you on? I haven't been reading it. I have not been reading it. I know. I'm sorry. Downloaded the APK in Brazil. The translation is not finished. Oh, that's a bummer. Can we do the Wingardium Leviosa meme in the game? No, that's not a spell that I found yet. Also, there's no vocal component, although that would be pretty cool. Have you done the Sorting Hat on Pottermore? What house are you in? I got Ravenclaw. I have done the Sorting Hat on Pottermore. I have done it twice on separate occasions. And both times I got sorted into Hufflepuff. And I resisted that destiny. I resisted that fate for a long time. But you know what? I came around. I am a proud Hufflepuff. They are loyal and hardworking, and those are not things to be ashamed of. I feel like being hardworking in particular is a lot more valuable in the regular everyday world than being courageous and some might say pig-headed. Let's see. Okay. Drink half of your body weight in ounces of water is super important and a great way to start. I chug water all day, so I'm off to a good start. You can look into breathing techniques like the Alexander technique, stuff like that. You have your own breathing technique? I can do breathing exercises for meditation or if I'm warming up to speak. But as soon as I just start streaming, it's very the inclination is to just kind of fold over and speak from right up here and not speak all of the way because it's a little bit strange to attempt to project your voice and speak correctly during a live stream for hours at a time. Very scary. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. So we're becoming a member. I recognize the name if it's a resub because YouTube doesn't distinguish, but if it is a resub, welcome back to the Squirrel Squad. Where is your other Hearthstone set? It is set to the Boulder Crags Refuge up in the Storm Peaks near Ulduar. I've been in the process of moving all of my characters out there, or at least setting their Hearthstone out there, so that I can do Ulduar runs. Not Tuesday, but soon. Read it. Read what? Please. Oh, Wheel of Time. I wish I had a good excuse for you. It's just hard to fit into my day. I have time for reading every day, but I guess I should buy a digital copy of it, because then I might actually read it. Oh, it's by some old guy who developed it, not me. Honey and Tea. Honey and tea is my go-to if I'm sick. If I have a cold, honey in lemon ginseng tea. It's perfect. Have you ever tried sencha? I just bought some, but I have no idea what to be prepared for flavor-wise. So sencha, depending on where it's from and how old it is and stuff like that, it can be grassy and it can be a little like umami, a little bit, I don't know how to describe it really, but like almost tangy, but usually it's a very grassy flavor. I'm a Hufflepuff too. I am just fine being Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff for the win. Yeah. Shout out to all my fellow Hufflepuffs out there. We're out here. The books were a little bit unfair to us. I feel like while there was a couple of good Hufflepuff characters, the books kind of did Hufflepuff dirty. Heading back to Stormwind to buy the Hearthstone. I think Hufflepuffs are awesome. They make the best friends. Slytherin, which is fine by me. Speaking of houses that the books did dirty, I feel like they could have really used a redeeming Slytherin student character. They had a redeeming Slytherin professor with Slughorn. He wasn't perfect, but he was generally an alright guy. But they didn't have any students that showed... Like, they kind of fleshed out Malfoy's story a little bit, but it was not sufficient. It did not save the day. Wheel of Time is awesome, but putting time aside to read can be difficult. The worst part is I have time every day I read. I go to bed at like 10. I read until 10:30. I read every single day. But I read on my iPad in bed in books. Like, I read books on my iPad. So because I have the Wheel of Time as a hard copy, I don't read it at night because I want to have the lights out. I read in dark mode, so there's like as little light as possible. And I just need to buy myself a digital copy and then I'll start it. It's just, you know, there's a lot of books, and like, what if I like the first one and then I have to get like 8 more? All right. All kinds of blossoms. I'm glad that you do not have to do the dailies once you're done the achievements. That's nice. We are going to purchase our, what's it called? Fire Eater's Hearthstone. And then we will use it and take a look at what the graphic looks like, because I haven't actually checked this yet. I'll see if I can put together like the world's quickest video later. I don't know when, but later. Maybe tomorrow morning. I don't know. Just to show off the Hearthstone and make sure people don't forget about it with everything else going on. Hearthstone. Fire Eaters. Put that right here for now. Hide UI. Interesting. So you like, you cast with one hand, you have a torch, and there's fireworks. And you get the tabard. You get the Fire Festival's tabard on. Okay. That's probably my least favorite, especially because the Headless Horseman's one. Sorry, I almost had to sneeze, but not quite. The Headless Horseman's one already has like a fiery Hearthstone covered. Like, we already kind of have that. And then the Lunar Festival one already does fireworks very well. So this feels kind of underwhelming. Like, if you look at the Headless Horseman's Hearthstone, those are cool fire effects. You get it on both hands. You've got a cooler casting animation. Sure, you get the pumpkin head, but aside from that, like, you get the ring. That, I feel like, is way cooler than this. What I would have liked for this, and maybe this is just silly of me, but what I would have liked for that is, you know, the Dancing Flames thing? Just, you know, you've already got, like, a very good... Let Me Hearth is that. Give me that for a Hearthstone. That would be dope. What about the Ginger? What about Ginger? Sick now, both ears clogged? My condolences. Audiobooks would have finished 0, but in the last 2 years I've listened to 20. I haven't gotten on that train yet. I feel like I'll like them once I get into them. I don't know when in my day I would listen to audiobooks. I guess if I stopped listening to podcasts and I put audiobooks in that spot instead, it might be nice to like listen to an audiobook while also drawing. That might be like a nice activity combo. I tease my sister. She's a Hufflepuff. I'm a Slytherin. Very few evil Hufflepuffs. What about Snape? That's a whole conversation. How on earth do you keep your bag so clean? This is an alt. This is not a main character. On characters that are just alts, they need very few things, so I get rid of things ruthlessly. Alright, well with that done, I guess I actually should get back to the Boulder Crag Refuge for next time. We got about half an hour left, which sounds like a great amount of time to do a time walking dungeon. I need one on my mage specifically. Headless Horseman's your personal favorite? I think mine is either the Lunar Elder's Hearthstone or the Noble Garden one. The Noble Garden one's real cute. I can't do them now because I just hearthed. I like the butterflies. Yeah, Harry's not an unbiased narrator. That's true, actually. He is very biased. He's also very, like, oblivious. Like, he doesn't notice much. So, there's a lot of details that kind of skip by him. This mage, she needs to do a time walking. I love physical paper reading, but the Kindle is quality of life that I ended up rebuying it just for convenience. I rebought all of the Harry Potter books and all of the A Song of Ice and Fire books. I had all of those series in hardcover for Harry Potter, and I had a mix of hardcover and softcover for A Song of Ice and Fire. And I rebought all of them on, like, for full price, on the iPad, specifically in the digitally enhanced editions, because both of those book series have digitally enhanced editions available that offer, like, interactive maps. Like in the A Song of Ice and Fire books, they have a couple of recipes from the Feast of Ice and Fire cookbook by the same author as the WoW cookbook embedded in the book. There's like a little icon that you can press sometimes. So there was like, when you're reading a scene about a feast and they talk about serving this dish, you can press the icon and it shows you the recipe. Like there's content that's like really cool and fits in very well. I am going to go Frost because that's what I know how to play for instances, and I'm going to start a group. I just finished the Magician's audiobook, time to start over. I love the Magician's novels. They're so good. They're not for children, I should specify, not for kids, but I went in expecting it to be like a ripoff Harry Potter, and it was so not a ripoff Harry Potter. It was so cool. I didn't finish watching the show, but it looks like the TV show really differed from the books anyways. It looks like they went on different paths. Okay, pre-made custom starter group. It's going to be called Hi, I'm Hazel. We're queuing for a time-walking dungeon, so I need 1 healer, 1 tank, and 2 DPS. I will summon my pet. Alright, 1 DPS, 1 tank, 2 DPS. Just need 1 healer. Here's a healer. Thank you guys very much for your interest in my group. Maybe I need another DPS. Oh no, one of them is a tank right now. Okay, we're good. I can tank if you want. I think... Yeah, I think we're good. There we go. I will queue us up. I apologize in advance for my damage. We're gonna do our best. I have not done the Frostlord yet. I don't think I need to. I think I have the Staff Transmog. And I know I have the illusion, the enchantment illusion. And I have the pet. So I don't think I need to do it for any reason. Okay, Black Morass. I'm alright with this one. If anybody would like some refreshment, I shall conjure some. I love doing that. I do that whenever I join a world boss group on my mage, and it's like the silliest thing because nobody cares. Like, nobody notices. There's like a giant bird tearing people's faces off, and I'm like, anybody want some buns? I'll just leave this tray over here on the counter. Make sure to get the dish back to me next weekend. Enjoy. I don't know what that impression is, but it's something. I didn't call Snape evil, but I also don't think he is a good example of a redeemed character. I think he's a good example of us getting more understanding about a flawed character. I don't think that Snape's reasons for doing what he did make him a good person. I think they were very selfish and kind of misguided. They're sweet. It's a super sweet story. Like, I cry every time. But I don't think it's particularly admirable. Why are you on YouTube instead of Twitch? Because it is Friday today, and my YouTube streaming schedule has me Tuesday, Friday. Twitch is Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm doing both for now. And I am struggling with the... I'm struggling with the fact that I can't please everybody. Despite the fact that I'm really trying. And I know I can't please everybody. So I don't know why. I don't know. The whole thing gives me a headache if I think about it too long. For now, we're doing both. The end is a cliffhanger. It's the best ad for that I've ever heard. Ad for what? Harry Potter? Oh, the best way to get Harry Potter, to read Harry Potter is to get Stephen Fry to read them to you via audiobook. Snape is a meanie. You heard it here first. Snape is a meanie. Spoilers. Hi Hazel, all in chat simply. Midsummer vendor on the Horde side is Undercity, is it not? Maybe there's one in Orgrimmar somewhere, but I thought it was like Old Undercity, so you might need to talk to the lady to get it to turn into Old Undercity. I think that's it. I like both streams. Yeah, I don't think we can keep this up forever because I think... Oh, this is going to give me a headache. It doesn't even matter. It's not a real problem. Eventually, I'm going to feel like I could be growing one stream further if I focused all the dates in one stream. But it would mean leaving one or the other of them behind. And that's a hard decision to make, especially if like, I don't know. They both have very specific advantages. The thing that I like most about the feeling of Twitch right now is not that it's not a bigger stream, but it's a more discoverable stream. We're more likely to meet new people there. Here is wonderful, and it's lovely, and it meets all of my criteria for a wonderful, lovely stream. You guys are perfect. But we're very much in a bubble here. We're very much in a bubble. We're not very discoverable, and it's not seen as a legitimate platform by some organizations. Like if I want to put streamer on my resume, which I really don't, but if I did, it would mean a lot more to people if they could look at my Twitch stats, because nobody even knows about YouTube streaming. It's been around for years and it's still not like a thing. The best takes I've heard was that if Harry was a girl, Snape would have treated him differently, and it's a little disturbing. Because it would have been a Littlefinger situation. Yeah, well, her dad still would have been James, but yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Twitch doesn't work my internet connection, so I'm glad for these streams. You are live and I'm awake? Both at once. Remind me which proc I want to have up before I have Glacial Spike. Is it Flurry? I want to have Flurry up but not use it, and then Glacial Spike while the Flurry proc is up but not used. Is that right? I don't understand Frost Mage. I think that was it. So I have 4, so I get 5, and then I Spike, and then I Flurry, and then I Ice Lance. I want to say that's it. That does help, actually. That did bump my damage up. Also, I have not used Frozen Orb once. There we go. Let's try that. Frozen Orb Icy Veins. Important. I'm not used to having cooldowns. Puffer in such a tiny bed. He has a bigger one. He just really prefers that one. There's a bigger one right to his left. It actually fits him, but he really wants to be in the tiny one. Both streams are nice, but don't overwork yourself. My safeguard against that is that my minimum stream length, or indeed on YouTube, average stream length, is only 2 hours. It's not like... Who's calling me? It's not a super long stream. Like, I feel like most Twitch streamers, if they're streaming, they're on for like 4+ hours. And that's a commitment, and if I was trying to do like 4 to 6 hours every day, I feel like I would burn myself out, especially in addition to YouTube videos. But just streaming for like 2 hours a day most days, and then having 1 day off with Saturdays, I feel like is like casual enough that I'm not really stressed about it. Plus, it's a great excuse to just play 2 hours of fun WoW a day, you know? You guys know me. I've never been too stressed about doing the trendy thing as far as whatever's going on in WoW. Like, if I want to grind out a thing just because that's what I feel like playing, that's usually what we're going to end up doing. So it's a nice excuse for me to play some extra WoW for fun. I wouldn't want to fall behind. Ugh. I will say that now that I've gotten my 400 mounts, we did that on the last Twitch stream. We got the 400 mount achievement. We did Glory of the Draenor Hero. And after having done that, I am less... motivated to grind out mounts that I don't have but also don't really want. Like the Kirin Tor Offensive Direhorn, I was really about that for a while. And I was going to do that. I was going to switch to doing Kirin Tor dailies every day as soon as I'm done with the Army of Light ones. But now, I don't know, man. It's another Direhorn. Never please anyone? True. Yeah, you can get Twitch alerts too. People have said the Twitch alerts are more reliable than the YouTube alerts, but people have also said the YouTube alerts are more reliable than the Twitch alerts, so... If I read enough stream chat, I go insane. Or at least about things that are contradictory like that. You can't make people happy. I mean, you can make some people happy. Glacial Spike, Flurry, Icelands. Okay. Try and remember that. There's another mage here to make me look bad. It's okay. My details is hidden behind the dog cam. So Joker is protecting my dignity by not showing you exactly how little damage I'm doing right now. Let's remember to use Frozen Orb. And I'm going to pop Icy Veins too. I think this might be a boss. What if I have Frost, like Ice Lance procs and no Flurry procs? I can just chuck those out, right? I don't want to save any. Or do I want to hold on to an Ice Lance proc? There we go. Flurry. I don't know if I want to have a procced Ice Lance ready to go. So Glacial Spike, and then Flurry, and then Ice Lance. There's Whelp, so I should probably like Blizzard or something, but I don't know. That sounds hard. Also, I should keep a closer eye on how many icicles I have, because sometimes I cast an extra Frostbolt. So there we go. I just gotta actually check the buff once in a while, just a little bit. Hey, I'm actually doing something this time. That's nice. 4. This is much better. Apparently it's not a hard roll. I have another Frozen Orb, but I don't really want to use it because we're almost done. I'll save that for trash. Getting my hair redone this week. What's the name of your purple color? I don't know. My stylist mixes a lot of them. She usually has like 4, 5, 6 different dyes in the table. So I don't know which ones she used. There's like some purple in here. There's also some blue in here. Trading off DPS pretty evenly. I think you've got me more or less whooped, as it were. But I'm not mad. Streams get enough views to be a full-time streamer. Casual stuff performs better for WoW streams. I absolutely think casual stuff's a much better fit for WoW streams. I don't know if I'd want to go like full-time though, just because I really like YouTube. I think it's nice to have a balance of both things, like on Twitch or streaming just in general. Obviously it's easier. That's just a fact. It is absolutely easier. At least to me. There's ups and downs to both things, but as far as I'm concerned, it is way easier to just turn on a stream and stream than it is to make a YouTube video. Those involve a lot of actual work. And this, it's not work, but it's barely work. And if it makes more money, I totally see why people switch all the time. But YouTube is really nice to have around too, because like, I like making guides. I love explaining things. It delights me. I couldn't explain to you why, but I just like making guides. I like having content that's just like kind of helpful out there. And I like the challenges and the things that I can learn about editing and about presenting information as I try to make them better. And I wouldn't get that if I was just streaming. I feel like if I was just streaming, I wouldn't have a chance to really grow as much as a professional. Sometimes I talk like a university ad. I wouldn't have a chance to learn as many things. And I feel like having both is a really nice way to both learn new skills and have a different side of the business. But also, I think that keeping an active and growing YouTube presence, if you can, is a great way to grow your stream too. Like, it's hard to grow a stream just on its own merits. I feel like my stream right now is more or less as good as my stream's ever going to be. Like, maybe one day, like, I don't know, my camera's fine, I got a dog cam. I can't think of anything I could do to my stream to make it better aside from becoming, like, a more interesting person. And without expending a lot more effort or, like, taking some drugs, I think this is about as cool as I'm ever going to be. So, like, my stream is, like, a constant factor. So if I want to grow it, I would need to either network with other streamers and, like, try to get in on other people's streams and mooch. Or if I grow my YouTube channel, that'll introduce me to more people that might then check out the stream. So I think it's also just a good way of advertising the stream. Fingers of Frost before doing the Glacial Spike combo. Okay. How are you enjoying streaming more regularly? I'm loving the daily streams. Hope you're not burning yourself out. I'm doing great, actually. It's a little bit of an adjustment, but I feel like I'm chilling a little bit about the streams. When it was just twice a week, I felt like they were a bigger deal, and I felt more pressure to have, like, topics and stories and whatever. And honestly, I would forget them all anyways. So, like, this is nice. It's nice to talk to people every day. It's been good for just the number side of things, which is helpful for me as I'm saving. The real test is going to be like the next couple of weeks when I am also trying to make a whole raid guide series. But you guys have been very nice about being very sweet to me when I'm on and I'm just like a little sleepy, and we can just kind of hang out and have a sleepy stream. Those are fine too. explaining things in detail is another Virgo thing. It's a nice mix. Yeah, it's a nice mix. YouTube is like good for guides, and I think I really like YouTube also for like the news discussion videos, because if you ask me my opinion about a thing on stream, I can tell you, but in a news video, like in a Saturday vlog, I have a chance to both think about it ahead of time. Like I actually write out notes, which helps me like figure out what I think and why I think that. And sometimes I change my mind about something when I get to actually like sitting down and writing down. And then it also lets me edit it in a way to make sure that I'm actually getting across the message I intended to. It can be easy to misrepresent yourself when you're just speaking off the cuff on a stream. So for issues where I have an opinion that I'm trying to communicate, I very much like being able to do that through an edited video so that I can make sure I'm doing it properly. I don't think I could stand being a full-time streamer. I like the downtime. I like the downtime. I also think it's a little bit of an ego thing for me. I don't know if it's like, not an ego thing is like being like a famous YouTuber, but like I like the feeling of knowing that I'm not saying I'm a good editor, but I have some experience and I'm always trying to get better. And I feel like that is a skill that feels like a real skill, whereas streaming involves a lot of skills, but they're not as legitimate. So I feel more like I have a real job that I could explain to somebody that doesn't understand. If I was a full-time streamer, I feel like I would have a lot of self-doubt. I'm just pressing random buttons now. This is a mistake. I feel like if I was a full-time streamer, I would have to battle a lot of insecurity about whether or not I deserve any money that I'm making and whether or not I am making the correct career choices. But because I'm also trying to develop all of these other skills along with YouTube, I can at least feel like I'm doing something that other people do, like for a company, for like a traditional job, right? In my head, anyways. You just need to stream longer to do it full time? Yeah. Love your boss guides. Drunk viewer legacy raid runs. I don't know if I want to do any kind of drunk content. I love drunk content. I love watching it. I think it's hilarious. But I don't think I want to do it myself. I couldn't really explain why. Maybe I could. Just kicked out of a raid after killing a boss. Feeling like I never want to raid ever. That's hard. I've been there. That's a bad day. I'm sorry that happened. It's true. The only place to go from there is up. That is true. I got booted from my first raid. It was Professor Putricide. It was a Professor Putricide pug in ICC. And I went and I tried my very best and I was very nervous and then they called me bad and they kicked me. And in my case, they were right. I wasn't there in your raid. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure you're doing your best. But it was such a bad feeling. I thought I would quit. I'm glad I didn't, though. I'm really glad I didn't. Editing skills will translate into other areas better than streaming skills. Yeah, it's like, and I'm not even planning to transition them at all. It feels like a mental safety net, like a safety blanket of if the social media career like goes belly up, as it's always like a concern. You never know. YouTube tweaks an algorithm and all of a sudden nobody finds anything ever again. I'd like to have a skill that I could transition. I don't want to have to go back to retail. I would do it if I needed to. There's nothing wrong with retail. I've been there before. I could do it again. But I would like to know that all of this time meant something and that I could stay in the industry at large. That would be nice. Joker is the sleepiest of sleepy boys. I wasn't paying attention. I will pay more attention. Oh, spell steal. Oh yeah, I should have done that. I will do that next time. My bad. Hi chat. Hello Hazel. What's up Jingario? How are you doing? Where is the kitty? She was on my lap earlier. I think she's gone to find a different lap. But there's plenty of her in the vlog that I will edit and put out this evening. She was asleep, but I actually like went and found her because I feel like she's part of the reason some people come. So, you know, I just wanted to give her a chance to know that the video is happening. Who's to say Twitch wouldn't do the same? Oh, just like change something in a way that like ruins everybody's career. Yeah, no, it could happen. Absolutely. And that's part of the reason why I don't want to be a full-time streamer. I don't feel like I feel like if you're doing really well, by all means, ride that out for as long as you can. Save your money. Do not spend all your money, by all means. Do not spend all your money. But, like, ride it out. Save your money. Learn what you can. Do your best. All right, there we go. Spell stealing. Also going to, I want to lust. There we go. That one. feel like I'm going very slowly. Spell steal again. 4, 5, and then I should use my Ice Lance procs, and then my Glacial Spike. Just feels like it takes so long to cast. Spell steal. What else do I have? I have Icy Veins. I think we have a bunch of trash. Oh, we've reset him. Oh, I was supposed to leave. Are we? Okay. I've made mistakes. At least we can kill a couple trash mobs. Okay, we cleared that. That's good. That'll help. We can get the assassin. Why does my casting speed feel so slow? Is that like something to do with this boss or what? So I steal that. That gives me melee speed. Great. Maybe I should just start whacking him with my staff. I'm gonna focus on the ad. Unless they just keep coming. Are they like infinitely spawning? Is that it? Why is this boss so much harder than all the other bosses? Got it. Should I be on the ads? I guess I'll be on the ads. I know I already said that. It's just if they're like infinitely spawning, then I feel like I shouldn't be. But I also feel like I should. At least my stuff cleaves. That's nice. We can slow it down. I can root them. I can take off his buff. I keep using my flurry procs too early. Oh, the other portal's open. That's weird. I wonder why. Four, 5, and then Glacial Spike, and then Flurry. Oh no, we've reset him. If we can reset him without pulling him again, that'll work. I guess. Can't talk and play at the same time. Think you're doing just fine? Yeah. I can talk and play if I'm not committed to playing well, but if it's a situation where we actually need to like really try to kill a boss. Did you pick up bombs? I did not. They will continually spawn until the boss is dead. Oh, okay. You didn't kill the boss fast enough, so new portal's open? Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, this is trouble. Oh, that reset it. Black Moraz took a long time. Seems like Blizz kept that in for time walking. I've done this before in time walking. I feel like maybe the I feel like maybe it's overtuned. Use a beacon? I don't have a beacon. What's a beacon? Thanks for the stream. I'm gonna take a break. See you later. Have you ever played Guild Wars 2? I have. I played it when it first came out. Feel free to switch to tank. It should switch your role if you switch. I played it when it first came out, and then I switched back at some point, and I'm good. First time watching you live. Thanks for all your pet guides. Thanks, Sean. Get it from the NPC. They're bombs. Okay. I'll go take a look. Yeah, I've just requeued us. We're just waiting for some backfills. Let's go investigate the beacon thing. Perhaps I have missed something very important that will help. Remember when Diablo Immortal was going to come out this summer? Oh, did they delay it? Or is it still happening? Where are the beacons? This lady? Or gentleman? I can't see it. Yeah, around the corner. Didn't mean to assume anything, sir. Or ma'am. That's just a quest. That's not what I want. Where's the bacon at? I don't see anything. Should I pick up the quest? Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Calls forth a Guardian of Time. Interesting. Alright. What other MMOs have you tried? I played Rift back when that was a thing. That one's done now, right? Like they closed down Rift. I played Rift. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV back when that came out. Played a little bit of WildStar. Played a little bit of SWTOR, or, Star Wars. Played a little bit of the Old Republic. What else did I try? A little bit of most things. The only ones that are like out and popular right now. I played a little bit of Terra. I've never tried Aeon. I've never tried ESO. I think ESO is probably the biggest one that I've never played. Or at least it's like a Western one. How do we start it back up again now? Do we need to requeue? I don't know. We killed this one. I don't think this will help, but what happens if I go through the portal? Is this instance just like toast? Alright, nothing. It's not a real portal. Let's see. Favorite mount? I like the Lucid Nightmare a lot, but I like to mix it up. Playing since 2008, ran it when BC was current. Do you know if we broke it or not? Maybe there's like something we just need to run over and near. That is the dark portal. It's a dark portal to nowhere right now. I was hoping it would help me. Interesting. Talk to Medivh? Where's Medivh? Flash. Medivh. Is he by the gate? Or is he by the entrance? Do you fail it? I don't know exactly what's happened. Medivh's not here. He should be in front of the dark portal and wait for him to respawn. You failed. Instances shouldn't be failed. It might be. Hello, Hazel. Happy to see you streaming. Except Kurt, you need to restart it. How? Just like give up? The bubble pops. You need to reset. But like we're in a queued group. I can requeue, but then do we have to start over again? I don't know, man. I might just give up. The NPC at the entrance just had a quest. He didn't have anything. Yeah, no. I don't got time. I think that's it. Well, thanks anyways, guys. I think that's the end. I think it's doom. My apologies. We tried our best. Some things cannot be overcome, it seems. It is a 5 or like about 5. I have an edit to do before I can, I have a vlog to edit and I would like to get that out tonight. So I'm going to move on. Thank you guys very much for watching. Tomorrow is my stream day off, but I will be back streaming on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. twitch.tv/Hazelnuttygames. And we just got Twitch affiliate. So if you have a Twitch Prime sub, feel free to come by on Sunday. I guess or anytime before that, but you know, it'd be fun to have it on the stream. Come by on Sunday. And we'll set it up. It'll be a great day. Thank you guys very much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.